Okay, like I was saying, welcome everybody. Brian here. All right, so like I was saying regarding the cryptocurrency craze right now with the Bitcoin and Ethereum. Right now, the problem is it could be temporary, so it's never guaranteed to make money. I was talking to someone this morning who worked at Bloomberg, and he thought that profit is guaranteed on any one particular bot or strategy, and there's no guarantee to that. So generally that. So what I'm saying is with the rate of profit you're getting with Bitcoin and Ethereum is that's not going to be forever, but we can cover some of the things that I'm seeing right now after this presentation. So okay, let's get started. Let me know if you can see my screen okay. Okay, should be able to see. You see my screen okay?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thanks. All right, so like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the presentation, and I'm going to whiz through it pretty fast, okay? So basically, a lot of people want to know about fully automated trading for all investments. This is just a 15 minutes spiel. It kind of includes high frequency trading depending upon how you want to define it. So you can see the screen, no problem. You can read it, no problem. Just doing a check here. Okay. So what you can, okay, thanks. So what we're all here for is like to be able to fully do automated trading for hopefully any type of investment, no matter what asset class. You want to be able to build it from scratch. You want to have absolute 100% control over this. And basically, you know, you're going to have no licenses involved. So let's get started on this. All right, so just so everybody knows, welcome ITEL P32. A few key facts you should know about bots. All volume is driven by electronic trading. No one makes a living from automated trading through commercial automated trading systems except the guys who are selling them. All people who make a living from automated trading develop their own systems. No one has succeeded in automated trading without effort, but there are some useful ways, and simple is better. That's a big key success to everything here. So obviously I'm Brian Downing, well-known YouTube person, automated niche. I have a programming group on Facebook, 12,000 people. I've created years ago a membership called Premium Membership. Been researching the high-speed trading platform for 3 years, specifically in crypto. And what we're going to learn in this is what's really important, why is it important for your future to know all this stuff. So what we're going to learn is how to gain financial independence so you can enjoy real long-term financial certainty. When I run my Facebook group, I ask questions, and that's usually the number one concern people are looking for is to look for consistency and security that they have control of their own future and destiny. They're also looking for how to win with different combinations without building from scratch, and you can do all the work literally with automation that would take like dozens of traders, let's say. So you have ways to systematically avoid risk, and finally starting to win consistently, and how to make use of automated trading and make it work for you faster and easier than you thought possible. And this is what we're involving. So obviously this presentation, why automated trading is for you, even if you're convinced it's too much work or too expensive. So in this presentation, I'm going to prove how simple and straightforward automated trading can be in a moment. And again, why is this important? Because you've got to get educated fairly fast. That's a big one. Discretionary trading has been taught most of the time through like technical analysis or just discretionary trading. It's pretty well dead wrong, and some of that information can be very dangerous where you can lose money very quickly. There's a lot of people out there with point and click that are giving up in droves because they can't handle the stress of the constant decision making. Also, there's high frequency traders are stealing from people as well. I could probably give you Robinhood's a good example, and there's a lot of corrupt brokers out there that will trade against you. Fortunately, there is a solution where you can fight the battle on your own terms. So this is who it's for. Okay, I got to make sure that this is well known. If you're a high net worth individual, that's who we focus on, who wants full control of your trading, this is for you. If you're a proprietary trader who wants to be an independent, this is for you. If you're considering a future as a quant software engineer, this is for you. If you want to start a quant shop or an HFT shop, this is for you. If you want constant profits and a secure future, this is for you. If you feel overwhelmed by technology and you want the easiest, fastest way to regain control over your trading environment while making money too, this is for you. Now, this is the other important thing. There are a lot of house rules to obviously weed out tire kickers. So what that means is there's some house rules just to make sure expectations are met. Who does not belong in automated trading? The first thing is there are a lot of people out there that are lazy and seeking magical profit 24/7, and they don't want to put any form of effort into it. There are a lot of quick, rich schemers out there that go into wrong webinars and they believe the ads about instant overnight success or wealth. Also, there's suckers looking for push button trading. Obviously, it doesn't work. And there's dead hands seeking trading robots because most people who buy them never works. Okay, and Haas was one of them that could probably come up. So obviously, you're still here. So let's get on the next topic. So these are some of the things that you might be facing challenges with right now. You might be thinking you're in the wrong background to pursue automated trading. Maybe you're thinking in the wrong job or career to access the best info. You're in the wrong social network to gain leverage and contacts. Your college course was outdated. It happens more than you think. You bought some of the quick rich trading crap out there and wasted a lot of time and money. And all this happens. Personally, it has happened to me. And here's what happened. Even though these punches had me hitting the mat hard, I lost quite a bit of money. I had to start from ground zero with no inside contacts, no mentors who are there's not a lot of useful software out there when I started out, and probably still feel the same way. Obviously, you get ready to give up, and you think the world is against you, and then you got to start all over again. And then a light went off in my mind. As a result, I came up fighting stronger than ever. So this is what I've gone through in the last few years. I've gone through this 3-year journey to uncover the best technology and ideal trading platform where you could own the source code, you can encounter no license restrictions, enjoy unlimited scalability, and exploit multiple broker connections too. That's really important. Okay, so you can hop in from, let's say, a forex broker like Oanda to FXCM or even with crypto exchanges as well. And then I found the technology with a decent community, some slick documentation, but ended up being kind of Mickey Mouse crap that kind of plagues you. You know what I mean? And you want to use what the pros use, and you want to use something that's a fraction of the cost of what people want. So now I'm going to go into the 7 ways to deliver consistent profit through automated trading and hopefully get you better results than you never thought possible. So here's the 7 principles that you would kind of need to understand. A lot of people go through these. There's either an asset or barrier, how to overcome the technology so it works for you. Why you must, because a lot of people are scared doing this. You have to challenge your inner scaredy cat. You want to make sure that you're not wasting your time. Obviously, I put quite a bit of money into this. You don't want to get ripped off. There's 4 easy ways that can happen. Key reasons why. A lot of it can be math or PhD level math, and there's ways to simplify that. And you want to obviously raise your confidence when you go through this. So another thing that's really helpful is to tap into what wealthy insiders are doing, namely from other high frequency trading shops. And the question is, what kind of dollar figure would you put on it? So again, with the asset or barrier, you have to overcome technology so it works for you. You own the source code. You virtually encounter no license restrictions, and you enjoy unlimited scalability. And you're, as I said, able to exploit multiple brokers, exchanges, and connections all in one environment. So I have found the technology that enables that, has really good community, slick documentation, and a lot of it's this isn't really Mickey Mouse stuff. And I do think a lot of pros are moving towards this type of technology as well. So the next thing is overcoming technology. So what you want to make sure, and this happens again for a lot of people, is I'm just going to add somebody into the room here. Okay. So, as I said, when you are overcoming technology, what happens? A lot of people go down rabbit holes, and at the end of it, they have nothing to show for. I've talked to Dr. Ernie Chan about it. It's happened to him quite a few times. A lot of people may think they found solutions or go down rabbit holes using these quote unquote industry grade technologies. But there are some stuff that's really good. Python, obviously, I use a platform called Motivewave, which is pretty solid. So let me just get back to where we are. So another thing that, as I talked about here, is challenging your inner scaredy cap. What a lot of people do not start with is some form of a roadmap and a sense of direction. The more important thing here is to be part of a community. So we have that on our chat group. We also have a private chat group as well. And there's a lot of people obviously have the same common goals. They're looking for lucrative trading opportunities. And every day as time passes, it does get harder and harder each day. So these are some of the things why you must challenge your inner scaredy cap. People will have weaknesses in most trading forums. Obviously, in those same forums, you're going to get a lot of negative people. You may have to dig through a lot of stuff to get any kind of gold nuggets out of there. And the other problem I'm finding, and I just got one today, in the last 24 hours, are sponsors that are trying to pump their stuff, which is not of good quality grade. So be aware of that. And so you got to go through some samples here. So for quote unquote an elite trader, you want to be really active, and this is very notorious for a lot of things. You got to do your due diligence. So I've got an example here on investimonials. And what you're looking for is to acquire better information. Okay. So if you go down through a forum or a YouTube video or anything, a lot of that can lead you into wasting your time and also wasting money as well. So I'm sure you may, if you're a developer or software IT person, you've probably seen this kind of icon before where it says how not to waste your time. There's the free beer sign that says, yeah, get your free beer with open source, but there's always a cost behind that. So with that, what we're trying to do is, let's say you build some trading scripts on TradingView or Python or whatever. Question is, will they work 5 years from now? Okay, and this is where you want to have longevity in your trading scripts. The other problem you may face is you want to make sure that your scripts today will work in, let's say, 5 years from now. And that's, you look at Java or C++, a lot of scripts that were written 20 years ago will work today still. So that's one way to you future-proof your code or whatever else you're investing into to ensure that you're not wasting your time. The other thing is you want to build things visually that excite you, and you can that turns into profitable trading ideas. So another tip here is you want to focus on powerful but easy to use backtesting capabilities. I mean, there's a platform out there called Backtrader, and I know people that could spend months on it trying to reverse engineer. Let's say they have a trading idea, they backtest it, works great, and then they reverse engineer it in the code to try to get the results that they see in their back trading. They develop their code and then they put it out there, and the thing flops when they go into a live market. It's because the back trading usually is done wrong. And a lot of professionals don't even believe in back testing as well, just so you know. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get you ready to rapidly transform your ideas into actual source code. And you want to use something that's very suitable. And because of all this, you're able to get to market faster. And it's very key. Because right now, if you got Bitcoin going from, let's say, $10,000 in the last few months all the way up to 18, 19,000, you want to be able to get that code out as fast as possible. And so you don't want to miss the boat. And that's really hard to keep up to date with that. So again, the only way to win is to learn faster than everybody else. And that's as a human to outpace the computers. So what other things do we need to look at? And it's all about maintaining your edge. Just give me a second here. I'm going to bring somebody else in here. Hang on here. Okay, welcome to everybody that's... okay, so continuing along, again, it's all about maintaining edge, right? So, yeah, okay. So part of it is about maintaining edge. So one thing is, look, I've been pushing here for the last, what, 10, 15 minutes, is we want to find ways to make sure we're not getting ripped off and absolutely avoid any form of trouble by going down waste of time rabbit holes and so on and so forth. First thing is, don't get ripped off. This is going to be very, very obvious. Okay, so there's a lot of people out there on YouTube put out trading ideas. That's the first thing you got to be aware of. Secondly, you got to ensure only follow those people that offer very innovative ideas. Okay. Also, you want to watch, if you can, finding people that are true, call them millionaires, or doing very well, financially independent. They're doing this full time, not having a job. That you can watch them over the shoulder and get, call it, watch their and have that, call it, special access. Another thing is, you want to make sure that you are working with early adopters of the technology and its proven technology. So again, when you accumulate the right knowledge, using the best software and platforms that I've talked about, you're going to save a lot. You're going to save not just the money, but you're going to save in time. And the key here is to keep it simple. And let's focus on that right now. So one key when it comes to trading is obviously math, PhD level math when it comes to quant. So we have to find ways to sort of like simplify it, bring it down to preschool levels, so the rest of us folks, mortals, can actually understand it. There's a lot of simpler ways to do it, and here's a couple of reasons that I've used over the years, is to always go through the resources. I don't know if you guys are aware of these two solutions out there. One's called Bionic Turtle, the other one's Sol Khan from Khan Academy. Very revolutionary ways of doing trading, or sorry, learning math and even Python coding as well. And it's all free. So the other tip I can give, there's a lot of technical books out there that are easy to understand, but are game changers in the way you approach automated trading. Okay, so another tip is, you want to obviously follow interesting software projects. Part of the problem I find with, let's say, GitHub, you watch a project and you start using it, you implement it, and then 3 months later or a year later, it gets dropped or gets abandoned, and now you're stuck with a piece of technology that is no longer working, that you can't depend on. I mean, Microsoft's really known for that. One way to simplify math, it's sort of expensive, but I do know that there's the community edition of MATLAB. There's two tools in there, MATLAB itself, and there's an editor called MuPad, which is really good to really distill anything really complicated in math. So it's something I can, put out there with confidence that people will really, really appreciate. The other thing is, a lot of people come into this, they work at it for a couple of weeks, a month, 2 months, and then they lose confidence because they don't feel that they're able to proceed. So we got to make sure we keep people's confidence going, and there's a couple of ways to obviously do that. One thing is, you want to be introduced to capital providers, and some other ways to simplify, again, the math or whatnot. The thing is that when I say, can you be introduced to capital providers, and I'll tell you it's not, because there's a lot of capital out there sitting on the sidelines in cash. When you have something that's really exciting to show for, a lot of people want to take a look at a roadmap and see where your profits are coming from. They also want to know your trading strategy or your trading model at a high level. They want to know things, what kind of instruments you're focusing on, and what kind of frequency you're using to develop, your trading signals, your trading ideas. So there's different ways to tap into these so-called wealthy insiders who share these insider secrets. So obviously, this is where things get very interesting. When you come up with something that's very revolutionary, and it will get attention of people if you're out there online putting stuff out there. That's why people are on LinkedIn. That's why people are on YouTube and on GitHub as well, because that's what a lot of these guys, capital allocators, are watching to find the next big, call them Steve Cohen or Ray Dalio. So this, as I said, this is where things get really, really, really interesting. So what you can do is, once you see their knowledge, you'll be able to get access to these wealthy insiders through these so-called top industry secrets. There's a lot of blogs out there that people make. There's a lot of videos that people will put out, and there's a lot of source code projects out there. Like I said on GitHub, and one way to get out there to get the attention of these folks, contribute to these projects, get out there on LinkedIn, get involved in LinkedIn groups, so on and so forth. It's just you got to contribute something. People are out there watching you. So the last tip is, most importantly, is LinkedIn groups. You'd be surprised on the kind of people that are out in these groups on LinkedIn. There are a lot of banking and hedge fund executives, and namely a lot of HR people as well. I run my own LinkedIn group. I've got about maybe 4,000 people. There's a good chunk of people out there that are C-level from capital firms, owners of capital firms, as well as HR folks as well in LinkedIn, and I can verify what I'm saying here. So this is what we're talking about here. There's the 7 tips. So if you want to be successful, obviously you want to work less and get better results. So a couple of major things here. As I said, you want to challenge your inner scaredy cat, and there's going to be a lot of mental learning blocks that you got to overcome. One thing is you don't want to waste time and go down dead-end rabbit holes. You don't want to, as I said, get ripped off. And obviously you want to simplify that PhD level math. As I said, out of all this, that should raise your confidence without any form of gimmicks. You're not relying on crutches of other people to find success in trading or automated trading. So that's one of the keys to all of this. And the other thing is, once you get to that level, there are ways to find these so-called wealthy insiders to get you to where you want to go. So as a result, this is why I have this not new service, but it's a service I'm putting a lot of attention on, is this elite service. Okay, so this is why I designed the elite service. It's specifically created for you to get you access to the different technologies that have proven to work, both individually and together as part of an overall system that is profitable. Personally, I think these are some of the best tools out there that you can get. And as I said, the focus is to keep it simple. And part of that, there are a lot of really good contacts in the groups that I'm involved with, specifically, as an example, on my WhatsApp group. And how does this all work? So there's 4 steps that we put you through. First is a custom trading course. There's Python trading analysis. Then I have different courses you can take to do quant analysis. And there's other helpful software out there. And, well, let's go into the details here. So step 1, this is where we're using Motivewave. This will give you, it'll save you thousands of time, where you can generate your own historical data thanks to sources like IKEFeed. You can obviously get access to real-time market data, be it crypto or be it, I'm just kind of revisiting Interactive Brokers as of yesterday, to be able to fully automate market orders using global brokers like an Interactive Brokers, and easily, rapidly expand your trading ideas using a Python. And again, that's for free, open source. And being able to mine all the big data out there so you can find the gold nuggets and exploit them through different databases. I use Redis. And part of the key here is to find the gold nuggets. People call them patterns, and those patterns are where you can exploit and take a profit from. So this enables you to build a foundation using some of the best software out there, using Python, which is now probably the most popular programming language, open source. Motivewave, I can show you all kinds of features with Motivewave. It'll sell itself, so I don't have to worry about that. And then we get in the second step. So in here, specifically with Motivewave, you'll learn how to reduce discovery time, because you can now look at things visually instead of looking at raw data or trying to look at raw data, generate a chart or back test it, With Motivewave, it's very quick. So as I said, you can quickly create a workflow roadmap to rapidly develop and back test trading ideas, okay, very quickly. And obviously we're not done. So now we go into the full quant analysis here. You can do things like find co-integration between pair trading, a lot easier than you think. How to do things, what pros do using genuine, profitable arbitrage opportunities and be able to find them and be able to use market advantages with a lot of top secret indicators that I've come up with, the group's come up with, and then that takes you to the next step, again, where there's different steps for extra software. If you want to take it to the next level using something like QuantLib, a lot of hedge funds use it, it's open source again. The other key one is backtesting with Motivewave. You can find the most profitable trading asset for any asset class very, very quickly. And that's going to save you a lot of time. In my case, I probably saved 3-4 years with Motivewave. And you can implement your own trading ideas from it. So basically what I'm saying is you're going to use the exact same stuff that I use to profit from. Okay, so here's the thing. This is what you would expect to pay for something like, let's say, Tim Sykes or Warrior Trader. I just checked the price today on Warrior Trader for the Warrior Trader Pro. It's like $6,000. That's just one strategy. If you want to take a platform, for instance, like if you want to go to the professional level, you'd spend, I don't know, $9,000 a month with Deltix. Or if you went with a pretty decent platform like Trading Technologies, you'd probably start around $2,000-$3,000. So here's the thing. So I've got the quantlabs.net/elite. Obviously, you choose how you want to pay, register. You'll get an instant confirmation email, and you start learning. And you get everything here that I've talked about. Couple of last minute. Okay, so I've added a couple of last minute additions here. You're gonna get these are really helpful. Obviously, I've shown arbitrage opportunity with volatility. Easy ways to transfer ideas through obviously technical analysis, things like mean reversion and professional level diversification of securities through things like, if you want to get quantity or math, Garch is one example. And to do all this is like thousands upon thousands of dollars. Okay, so that's the site there. So this is what you get again. Okay, so you can save thousands of dollars. Here's the price, $9.97. I'm treating this like a Black Friday up until Cyber Monday, which is a week today. And I'm breaking out my analytics and all my programming into 2 separate memberships. So for that price, you get everything. And it's for a full year too. So again, you're getting all the technology stuff, you're getting all the tools, and you get to be part of a community where there are people out there that are fairly involved in this. And that's pretty well it. In a nutshell, I mean, this is the website right here, quantlabs/elite. I could put in the chat if you want. And obviously, here's the thing. Warning, there is a deadline. It's sort of like an introductory price. But after going December 1st, I start breaking it out. Plus, I start raising the price on both. So again, the price does go up in the next week. After that, obviously, you're going to be a member for everything. But if you wait, the question is why wait? Right now, you'd be losing money because you're not making today money on Bitcoin, as an example. And you want to obviously automate your trading ideas as soon as possible. And hopefully, you see that it's an excellent advantage. So there's that discount. Obviously, if you get in, you'll be able to get in touch with me personally when you're part of the service. And again, that's quantlabs.net/elite. And I think that's it. Yay. Okay. Now, I know a bunch of you guys got questions. So one last thing I wanted to show, just like I said, I just generated this like an hour ago. Let me just go into my entry. Okay, so the voices you're about to hear are the actual bots performing. There's 2 bots working right now. There's a Binance bot. This is the overall P&L. This has been started November 3rd. So basically, the total P&L is $685. Doesn't sound like a lot, but each bet is a minimum bet into Binance exchange out of Asia. So you would have already earned nearly $700 since November 3rd. The overall return on investment was 41%, and the expected commission you'd pay out is about $98. And again, that's with Binance. So today, you would have earned, again, $11, not a lot, but again, these are all the trades that you would have made to get that at $10 a pop. But the return on investment from that would be 25%. So you would have done pretty good. Now the real bulk of the profit is this one right here. Let me show you the new equity curve I just put up. So I created this equity curve. This is generated up until, I don't know, 5, 6 p.m. tonight. So let's say on November 11th, you had one Bitcoin and you bought one Bitcoin at roughly $16,000. The total return you would have got, you'd be up to this amount, which is around $40,000. Okay, that's how steep Bitcoin's doing right now, as well as Ethereum's now just starting to take off in the last week. Okay, so that's the level of return you would have had if you had started with one Bitcoin. So in a nutshell, what that would have mean, you would be making about 2.6 times. You would have netted about $30,000, and your total commission would have been this. So for instance, today, you would have earned about $450. That would have given you a daily return, or today would have been 19%.
Exit XLMUSDT.
Okay, and then this today was its first loss for this bot, which was about $4,000. So I have to build in the downward protection.
BCHUSDT.
I have to build in the downward protection because it's been nothing but up for 11 days. Some of the other typical days, so it's $500 is a very quiet day. Then other days, if Bitcoin really generates price, it can do $5,000 in one day. So here's the winning ratio on Bitcoin. It does 14 trades, 13 of them are winners, so that's going to give you a 92% win ratio. Okay, same with Ethereum as well. 12 positions will give you 92%. There's been other days where this bot has done really well, so we have another $5,400 day. But this day on the 17th of November, okay, so this one would have given you $8,700 in one day from one Bitcoin on November 11th. So that's how crazy the returns are right now. Okay, so am I going to promise that every day? Absolutely not. Can it happen over the next couple of days, weeks? Possibly, depending upon market conditions, because I have no control over that. But this particular bot is designed for two reasons. It works off of Kraken, the exchange, for U.S. residents. Anyone can sign up to Kraken, and it's designed for the futures market. The other bot that I'm showing you here, this one, but the Binance bot, is exactly for the Binance out of Asia, out of Japan, where the servers reside, because right now Binance.com do not take U.S. residents. So that's why I've got both bots. So far, I'm going to be building out tonight the equity curve for this bot as well. But as I said today, I just finished this one today, and it looks pretty good. And I think personally it'll pay you back in spades within a few days at the rate it's going. So that's the results so far in the last few weeks. Anybody else got any questions at all? Via chat, or if you want to unmute yourself or whatever, and I can gladly take. I know Pear, is it Pear? P-E-R-E? You had some questions as well. I can. So as you can tell, that's the bot working in the background. That's either the Binance bot, and there's a female voice for the Ethereum and Bitcoin bot as well, and that's on Kraken. Anybody got any questions at all? Anybody? So what I'm planning to do come next Monday, I'll probably do a webinar every day starting Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so that people can see live how the bot's doing. And I've never done that before, to do so many webinars in one weekend, but that's obviously to take advantage of the Black Friday. So anybody got any questions? Don't be shy. If you want, you can send questions in privately as well, and I'll gladly take them. If not, we can tear down this presentation. The whole idea is to have this as a live event. I don't know what that is. Anybody at all? Okay. Oh, hang on. Yes, sorry, I forgot. Masood asked, Brian, can you please explain a little bit more about the bot strategy? Okay, so Masood asked that. Yeah, that's a fair question. So basically, what I've got is this bot. These two bots work off of the futures market. So they're actually, I think it was you, Masood, that said, look at order book level 2 data. And I think it was yourself that mentioned that. So I did that. And then I started looking at Kraken specifically, and I was shocked to see the volume, a high level of volume, as well as liquidity of both Ethereum and Bitcoin. I also looked at Litecoin and XRP as well, and this is about 3 weeks ago. What I found was that there was a lot of volume, specifically on Bitcoin. I put up a blog post about it, where between Ethereum and Bitcoin, it's roughly represents about 90% of all volume on Kraken. Everything else, the 10% will be, XRP, Litecoin, and all the other little coins that go along with it. So I started out looking at both Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. The problem I started finding was because I'm using level 2 order book. Over the time, I just started, and I've got a video on my YouTube where in 10 minutes you could have made $1,200. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing it wrong. So I started looking at it. I started really focusing on the order book, specifically the bid and ask. And I started realizing there's a lot of opportunity there instead of watching the spot market and watching 1 minute data, hour data, 2 hour, 4 hour data. And as I started looking at it, I started zeroing in on order book level 2 data. As I said, specifically bid and ask, started asking around among some of my own contacts that people unfortunately won't have access to, and they say, well, look at this, look at that, look at this. So I did that. So I started going, oh my God, when the markets look great, you can make a lot of money. That's why these high frequency trading firms, they focus on high liquid assets, and they just scalp literally the order book when the market conditions allow. So what's happening right now with Bitcoin and Ethereum over, let's say, the last month? First, I'm sure you heard about Bitcoin, how PayPal said, yes, we're now going to accept Bitcoin. And it goes from 3,000 merchants globally to 23 million merchants that now will take crypto. So that was the first catalyst that started this. On top of that, when the markets are starting to weaken, what happened from there was the markets, basically institutions started saying, I'm not going to be making money in the US markets. There was no commodities that were making money. The gold market's pretty well manipulated, is starting to, the outlook is short in both silver and gold. So there was nowhere else to go for these institutions. So now in the last few weeks, a lot of institutions are starting to recognize that Bitcoin is the only game in town where it can get actual yield. So they started pouring money into Bitcoin like crazy. And specifically for US institutions, there's only two major exchanges that they can go to. It's either Coinbase or Kraken. I don't know if you saw this story. I put it up on my Facebook group. Coinbase, in the last few days, announced that they've now added $14 billion of Bitcoin into their coffers of each of the volume in the last couple of weeks. So they've added $14 billion. Kraken's been very quiet about it, but I do know, and I've seen large orders come in through the futures market for Bitcoin. We're talking like $100,000, $200,000 orders, and I see them on the futures market. So seeing that, and then you get the retail traders, they're all piling in with the fear of missing out, the FOMO. That's what's also driving up the price. So you could go from like 15,000, next day it's 16,000, and next day it's 17,000, comes back a bit, which happened yesterday. It went up to 18,000, came back a bit, now it's over $19,000. So that's one thing. Now, another thing that's driving up Bitcoin is basically, if you go to CoinMarketCap, hang on here, let me just get my control of my computer here. So if you go to coinmarketcap.com, just so you know, I just kind of like trying to figure this out a few like in the last week. One thing you got to remember here is that Bitcoin itself, it's a finite supply, okay? You only have 21 million Bitcoin that can be mined in total. The current number right now that's being mined, that has been mined, is 18 and a half million Bitcoin. Okay, so it's reaching its capacity at 21 million. So I was trying to figure out, why am I seeing calls from resources like Bloomberg and banks putting a $30,000 call on Bitcoin, or a $100,000 Bitcoin call on Bitcoin? And the reason is because exactly this, because Bitcoin is reaching its capacity. So once it reaches its capacity, but there's still demand, it's going to drive up the price. So it's another reason why we're seeing Bitcoin move up. Now, coming back to my strategy, this thing works off of bid and ask, okay? It's simple as that. But what's driving the price up and giving it the success that it is just pure one thing: momentum in the market and the sheer volume of Bitcoin. And you could just read about it, look at the chart, and that's what's driving up the price. It's just my bot's catching the ride up because of that. And I designed it and implemented it at the perfect time. So that's why and how this bot does really well. Now, another thing is, as I mentioned, that it does trade Ethereum as well. The other thing is, if you looked at the price of Ethereum, like a chart of Ethereum, you'll notice not too long ago it was $500. Now it's $600. They're now putting out calls for Ethereum to go over $1,000. And the way it's going, it's actually moving up faster than Bitcoin. So if you look at the bot performance here of just today, for instance, Ethereum's 5 trades, so it's 100% win ratio. With Bitcoin, it's around 70%. So if you look at yesterday, which was a very weak day, when Bitcoin dropped back about $500, as I said, it did lose a little bit. But the prior day, on Saturday, the 21st, again, Ethereum 60% win ratio, and Bitcoin was up at 71% and giving you back $555. Now, if you look at the wild, crazy days of where it's making over $8,000, these are the win ratios that we're talking here. Let me just find it here. First of all, it's a number of opportunities out there. So we have 2,000. So just as another example here, you have Ethereum giving you 57%, 4 out of 7 wins, and where the real profit being made because of the is right here in Bitcoin. Okay, so that's why Bitcoin's doing well. But now lately, if you've been watching it, you would know that. Just give me a second here while I load in somebody else into the room. Hang on here. Okay, So that is one of the reasons why Ethereum's starting to pick up more wins, is because the price of Ethereum's starting to move up too. And as I said, you can just check out the chart of Ethereum and Bitcoin to see the price increases. The volume's just driven it up. And if you look at the steepness of the curve, of the price curve, you'll notice that it's accelerating, and it's almost horizontal, very close to horizontal on the last few days. So if I was to pull up trading view here, okay. Sorry, I'm on one screen here. So if I was to look up at trading view for either Bitcoin or Ethereum, you will see that the price is accelerating. There's no doubt about that. So if you look at BTC, USD, doesn't matter what exchange, they're all kind of generally the same. So let's just load up here. You can just see right here that the price is
Exit
It's
TOGEUSDT.
it,
Exit TOGEUSDT.
yeah, sorry about that. That's the buy again. So you can see how it's getting steeper here the last few days. So that could go vertical in a week the way it's going. Again, I can't never guarantee that, and it's now starting to happen with Ethereum as well, where the price curve is really steepening. That's because of the fear of missing out is kicking in, and yeah, that's pretty well it in a nutshell. So you can see here, just Ethereum's just really taken off. Not too long ago, it was at $300, you know, so it's almost doubled as it's now approaching close. It's over $600 now. So it's right now it's like a license to print money. So I don't know. We'll just leave it at that. I don't know if that kind of explains everything for you, Masood, about how this works, but hopefully it does. It doesn't, but it is using the order book, and there's no smoke and mirrors here. It's just pure volume, pure momentum driving up the price, which gives it a higher probability of profit. And then when things go hairy, then that's where the Binance bot kicks in as well. Because right now, go ahead. Sorry, someone's about to talk. Go ahead. No? Okay. I don't know if somebody's... Okay, I'm going to have to mute Nicholas here. Welcome, Nicholas. Okay, somebody asked about the 2 memberships and their pricing. Okay, yeah, I can do that. So right now I have a website called Quant Lab Shop, and then there's 2 services. So my current elite that I mentioned in this offering, we have here. If you come under catalog, under here, there's everything that's listed here is included in one thing. This elite, as I mentioned, that this is going to be broken up into 2 parts now as of December 1st. It's going to be broken up into the signaling part, where you can get the signals from this bot live and be able to be synchronized with a Python script that I can give you and set up, and then you can trade it on a Kraken account. So there's that, and that's going to be all separated out next week, and that price will probably go up about probably $1,200 for the year. Same price with the Quant Elite, but right now I have both included for, as I said, this price right here, $997 for 1 year. So hopefully that is that. And if you need to know what they include, just go to the quantlabs.shop right here, and I've got both products, and they list out all the courses and all the fun stuff that we've got mentioned that I kind of talked about through the PowerPoint presentation. Does that answer your question, Prince Ray?
Exit XLMUSDT.
So as I said, if anyone else got any questions, don't be shy. I can answer anything you have on regarding bots, trading overall. I know, like I said, PERE, my Peter, you had some questions. I can answer them right now if you want. I have no problem with that. If you want to talk about trading bots, I'm okay with it. If you want to go to the next step, because I'm involving quite a bit of my time to set these things up. If somebody wants to get one of these trading bots installed on their system, with, let's say, hooking it up with
BCHUSDT.
with the custom trading, I'll put this in the chat. It's just quantlabs.net/questions, and then you just fill out all these simple questions, and you just send them over to this email address, and we can set up a time to actually talk. So like I said, I got another one at 10 o'clock. So Masuda asked, great explanation. Can you explain the risk reward of the bot position, please? Okay, with this type of bots, these are really not looking at risk reward. What it does look at conditions of the market at that time. As I said before, part of the challenge I've come across using any of these bots on the order book, the exchanges give you certain amount of requests to the server. So I had to slow down the server. So what it will do, a snapshot of the latest 200, 100 orders. And what it'll do, it will look at the volume, bid and ask with some other fancy dancy stuff, and it'll determine if it's going to take a trade or not. So it's not really looking at risk reward. You could look at it as risk reward because when you look at a market on a on an order book of any kind, it's really hard to determine a predictable quote unquote reward. You can't tell me that if I'm going to take a trade that I'll be able to calculate my reward for it. You might be able to get to kind of guess, but you're really basing it upon probability, as I said, of the momentum of the market. So that's what this does. So risk reward more is more of an investment type of mentality. This is more like high speed day trading, intraday as well as sub minute as well. So that kind of technique might not work for this type of system, but what it will look at is probability of profit. And that's one of the simple ways to do it. It's built around simple supply and demand, among other simple techniques. So is there okay, so got some more questions here. Is there any reason why you're running the bot in local and not in a server? I run the bot local because I'm testing it. And I will move it into an environment on my server remotely. I've tested that as well, and it works just fine right now. I'm just running this locally on my system. Works great. Once the signal comes in, it will send out to my backend that there's a signal, and then there's a list of folks that are pretty well members, where I'll send out everybody a list it will send out a list, or sorry, send out an email of those signals for the bot entry and exits once the signal is generated from this thing that you can watch. Do I use SL stop loss for the positions? No, I don't, because it's based upon stop losses. Really, again, are more for a lower speed. I will probably put in a stop loss for the downside protection. Well, that is a stop loss. So the better way to do it is you have to have the bot test the market by putting out a real position out there. The only way to protect the overall profit for the day is to shut down the trading and wait out maybe 12 hours, 6 hours, and then go back in the market to see what the market conditions are. So it's all driven by market conditions. But the bot gets evolves over time with that downside protection, be it through a stop loss or an overall daily target if it's taken too many losses. So yesterday that was what was happening. It was taking too many losses, so I manually suspended the bot, and that happened around 3 p.m. yesterday. And then what I did was I just reactivated the bot again starting at midnight, and I did the test to see, like right now I have other little utilities that I've developed. I could show you one here. Just give me a second here. Let me just show you one. So I have a script that I call risk on. So this is what I look for to see if the market is in a good trading condition. So there's different factors to do it. So in my case, what I'm looking for are the big 5 coins out there, be it Bitcoin, be it Ethereum, be it Litecoin, be it Bitcoin Cash, say Litecoin and Ethereum Classic. So if I know and I'm able to generate a weighted moving average out of this, and then I can quantify the overall market. So if I know the market's strong, which you can tell right here, these are hourly moves, each one of these. So Bitcoin Cash is up 2.92% over the last hour. Litecoin's up 1.24. So I know that the market's very, very strong right now, but it's very weak for Bitcoin. But Ethereum's at 1.78, which is quite strong for an hourly move. So I know, and I'm just giving you the description of it. So I know that the market's really good to go into right now and start trading, and that's what the bot looks for, among other factors as well, just one of many factors. So that's what it looks for. So I'm hoping that answers your question for you. Per, do you think it's easier to code for a specific market, like 2 or 3 markets, or a bigger watch list? If you're talking about coin selection, Per, I would probably, it depends on the market conditions. So that's a pretty good question. Let me just try to show you the bot here. Now, if you look at this bot, the Binance bot, which only trades the futures market in Binance. So there's about, I don't know, 70, 80 coins available in the futures market that trade in Tether. So out of that, I have 80 coins to choose from. So again, what you got to figure out are what are your top performing coins. So out of this, every single coin that you see here, what you see here is the number of trades and the wins. So I'm tracking each and every coin that's traded and how many of them are wins or profitable. And then I can measure on the overall win ratio for those coins, as well as the overall P&L each coin trades. So I track that daily, and I track that since the inception of this bot. So you can get a general synopsis on what coins are profitable and which ones are not. So for example, the most profitable coins today, for example, would be this one, Tezos, XTZ, at, sorry about that, at 13 cents, or maybe XRP was the most profitable today at 29 cents. And I could focus on that, but then tomorrow you're going to get a totally different story by watching these coins. So the easiest way to get around that is to, as I said, focus on the coins that bring in the most profit. Let me just repeat. So you want to focus on the coins that bring you the most profit. It's easier too. So the top two obviously are going to be Ethereum and Bitcoin. So that's what I would do. But there are times here, as you can see, where other coins will outperform Bitcoin or Ethereum. So in this case, we could see Bitcoin Cash is profitable. But generally, this is a rare occasion. It might last for a few days, and then it'll go back to the times where Bitcoin and Ethereum will be the profit center of your overall bot. And not only that, but most coins will move in the direction of Bitcoin. There are some coins that will move against Bitcoin, but as I said, with the other bot, as I showed you, there's real no trend to it. So it can be kind of stressful trying to track all these. But what you could do, and to make life easier for you, I would just say focus on the top two, the ones that give you the most volume. Because if I could show you the video on that, where to go, to show you which are the most profitable coins, and you break it down, you would be able to see that Bitcoin, by far, like 2/3 are bringing the volume, and that's going to bring you the most volume or most profit. And then, like I said, I'm breaking it down here between Ethereum and Bitcoin, but there's rare times, lower probability of times where maybe Bitcoin or Litecoin may outperform both Ethereum and Bitcoin. So hopefully it answers that question. But the other contention that you got to deal with is if you're watching, let's say, even 5 coins on whatever exchange you are on the order book, most of the time the exchange will not let you do that because they only allow you to have so many requests per hour per day. So that limits you on what you can watch per day, because it may give you 3,000 requests over 3 hours. And if you go beyond that, the exchange will suspend you. So you got numerous challenges to worry about. But generally, to give you a better answer, it's better to focus on Bitcoin right now and Ethereum as well, and just focus on those. So another question, does coding a strategy work for the past market? Data means that will work in the future. Very good point. I'm going to address that. How do you know that the strategy is good and not just lucky in the past data? Okay, in the olden days, I'll answer the second part of the question. In the olden days, you could do something like backtrader.com with Python. That could take you days and weeks to find an answer. But as I said, with Motivewave, you can use the data, run a back test, and figure out which are the most profitable coins over a subset of days, hours, weeks. And you can do it fairly quickly. In, I won't say minutes, but within a few hours, instead of, as I said, going down rabbit holes. So that's key number one. That's why you want to use a really powerful trading platform like Motivewave, so you don't have to sit there and blow your brains out through code, be it whatever programming language, to get that answer. That's what a really good platform should be able to provide. Also, now, this is another important question. How do you know you develop a strategy and it may work in the past market, but will it work in the future? The answer is you don't. Okay, this is the other problem. As I said in my presentation, what you got to focus on is to be able to take a trading idea, a trading condition, a market condition, and be able to implement that trading idea as quick as possible. That's where you'd want to use a platform like Motivewave, because it enables you to, once you master that framework of developing a strategy or developing a bot, then you can get the bot coded up much faster. So there's that one option with Motivewave. Another option is Python. So in my Quant Lab shop, I've got a course here. Let me just show you here. So in my Quant Lab shop, I purposely designed a course, a Python course, and this focuses on all the different components that go into a crypto trading bot or a forex bot, because once you understand all the key components and you get really good with that framework, you'll be able to bang out bots really fast. So for instance, and this is one of the biggest challenges most people will come through or come across, they develop a bot and it's specific for an exchange, let's say in crypto. There's a Python wrapper that you can use that will talk to over 100 exchanges in crypto. So you can build trading rules and be able to change your exchange by just repointing to another exchange within a few hours. So that's one advantages of using something like this. You can also say the same thing with Motivewave, because you can build your trading rules and say, oh, I want to change my exchange or my broker, and you can do that at the configuration level and not change your code. So that's another advantage with Motivewave. So knowing that, being able to develop something very quickly and being able to adapt to the market, then you're able to switch and implement fairly quickly. For the Python, I can do it within a few hours, maximum a full day. I could come up with a trading idea and be able to implement it in Python with this course, what I teach, within an hour, or sorry, within a few hours, usually max a full day. So that's one of the advantages with the crypto. And you could kind of say the same thing conceptually with Motivewave as well. So that's the key, because if you see a trading condition that looks good, like let's say right now Bitcoin moves like it is, or Ethereum, you got to come up with a trading idea and quickly implement it, because by the time you put it through the process of testing it, coding it, it could take a couple of days, a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, and that market opportunity is then gone. And I've gone through that for the last 2 years. The thing right now that is going in my direction is that Bitcoin is moving consistently for the next, couple of weeks maybe, and that may dry up where my Bitcoin strategy may no longer work. But what I am now seeing, as I showed you, Ethereum's starting to move. So that same bot can then focus on Ethereum and still capture those moves. If that's not the case, then I've got the other bot in Binance where, as I've said before, we've got Ethereum 2 coming out in the first week of December, and following that will be new projects, new DeFi projects, and they're going to move. So my Binance bot should be able to pick up those trading opportunities as well. So it's just a matter of seeing, predicting the market, knowing the market, and developing either a bot that will adapt to what you see in the future, or being able to see what you as a trading idea or as a trading opportunity, and being able to get to market ASAP as fast as possible, because that's pretty well what it comes down to. And if you're going to be stuck developing one strategy, one bot, and it takes you weeks, months, when you see that trading opportunity, you're out. Like you missed the market. So that's one of the disadvantages with that, and that's why Python's really good for what it is, because everyone focuses on Python's too slow in terms of execution. That's not really what the key to all of this is. The idea behind Python is how fast can you develop the code? How fast can you implement a trading idea? That's what it really comes down to. If you can see the opportunity and then be able to implement that trading idea as fast as possible, then you're good to go. And the faster you can do that with a trading idea, the better it is. The better tools you have. Python easily offers that because it's Python. You can develop what could take 500 lines in Java or C++ and do it within 50 lines in Python, as an example. Or if you want to do it visually, no programming needed, you could do that with Motivewave as well. So that's why I use the two technologies. Hopefully I'll answer your question, Peter. So we got another question. Aside from market making analysis with Motivewave, I'd like to know the Motivewave you talked about where you build your bot. Okay, I've got in here a product. Let me just, in here I've got a USB key that I've been sending out. So if you order something like this, that will segregate the two to answer this question. I would, if you're not a coder and you're not strong in coding, and depending upon your, call it visual ideas, I would go with Motivewave. But the Motivewave also offers you the coding capabilities with the SDK. So that's one of the cool things about Motivewave just as a trading platform. If you want to go down the Python, Python's a different animal because you got to start from somewhere, and there's not a lot of frameworks that you can work off to build a bot. So that's why I've got the Python trading course to help people get through that. And that's part of the elite program as well. It's one of the 5 courses. So it depends upon your goals, your technical capabilities, how hard you want to work and implement something to get something done. So let me just repeat. I want to make sure I answer the question. Start from making analysis with Motivewave. I'd like to know if the Motivewave you talked about is where you can build a bot. As I said, it really comes down to your technical capabilities. If you can program, you have the software development kit that's part of Motivewave and be able to build and program a lot of different features with Motivewave. If you can't, there's many visual features that you can use with Motivewave to build ideas. You have alerts. You can use the backtesting capability to find trading ideas. There's over 300 trading indicators. They call them studies. And then out of that, you can also find ways to automate those studies or indicators and turn them into strategies. It just depends upon, again, like I said, really comes down to your programming skills. But you can use, if you went and bought the full Ultimate Edition of Motivewave, and I need to put this out there as well, because it's Black Friday. Everybody's doing these sales. Motivewave has also got a sale on right now. This has got nothing to do with me, but it's 30% off until between the 24th and the 30th. So just want to put that out there if you wanted to know about that. But you can just go to motivewave.com and go through the features, see what edition works for you. But if you start to move up into the higher priced solutions in terms of features, then yeah, you could do it. Whatever, it depends what you're looking for. I don't know your trading goals. I don't know your technical capabilities. That's why I have this questionnaire process. Okay, because if that's what I need to, it helps me give better answers when I know everything about your story and what you're at. So again, I put that in the chat at quantlabs.net/questions, and it's simple stuff. It's nothing, where'd you hear about us? What are your specific goals in trading? Are you a systematic trader? Are you a discretionary or manual trader? What are some of the challenges you're facing? How would you be able to overcome those challenges? And simple. If there was a solution out there, what are you willing to pay? Because as I said, you could go to Warrior Trading, use their strategy, and spend $6,000 if you want, or whatever the cost is, $4,000. Or you can go to guys like Tim Sykes as well. And the prices go all the way up to 16 grand. And I've seen newsletter, what they call advisories, and they're charging $1,000 just to get one newsletter a month, and they just walk you through, this stock looks good, that stock looks good. But to be honest, to trade like that with a crutch, you're not really getting through and maximizing the what trading can offer you, specifically around automated trading. Because like I said, if I went back to the price of Bitcoin. You started last week with $16,000. Okay, like 11, 12 days ago, it's 16,000. It's now trading at what? Just let's say 19,000. So you would have got a $3,000 return.
Entry.
That's if you do a buy and hold strategy. You just put 16 grand in, do nothing. 12 days later, you're now up $3,000. But if you follow what I had in terms of an automation or a strategy or a bot, that $3,000 would have turned into 2.5 times. You would have gotten back well over 30 grand.
Entry.
So again, it just depends how far you want to take it. Do you want 30 grand or do you want $3,000? So, and that's over the same time period. That's all comes down to a buy and hold type of strategy and not know what you're doing and quote unquote.
Exit XLMUSDT.
I'm sorry about that, but it's basically do you do a buy and hold? You get $3,000. Do you automate? Find a strategy, find a trading bot that works, and now you've multiplied from 3,000 to 30
Exit ALGOUSDT. Exit ALGOUSDT.
to 10 times, like 30,000 plus, right? So there's different ways to skin it. I don't know your goals. I don't know your technical capabilities, da, da, da. So these simple questions help me guide you where you want to go, okay? That's why I do it. And I put up
BCHUSDT.
I put up a 2-hour one I have up for private on my YouTube channel. If you want to know about it, just email me. So if you got questions, I'll put in my email. You know, I could talk a mile a minute here. People say I have a gift for gab. That's my email. If you got specific questions, just email me. I'll gladly answer them for you. I just put up my email, feedback@quantlabs.net, which is my primary email, or you can go to this website. You can reach me here at this email as well. Many different ways to approach it. So as I said, I'm going to be doing more webinars later in the week, one Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And to wrap up this offering, I do think
Exit LINKUSDT.
you could tell that the bot's running right now, and the reason I do that is because it's to show you the amount of trades being made right now in the market. It's consistent, and as I've shown you, the winning ratios are pretty hot right now. I've never seen them like this in 10 years. And what, as I said, one of the other reasons is because there's nowhere else to go. Crypto is the last game in town for a lot of institutions. And BlackRock said that crypto, Bitcoin is going to be bigger than gold. The opportunities is going to be bigger than gold. And I've got people on my Facebook group telling me, and some of them work on the inside, that gold is manipulated. And I didn't know. A few years ago, one of the trading desks got busted for manipulating and suppressing the price of gold. And things are not what they should be in terms of investing, making money through the markets. But the only one that you can't control, the only one you can't own was Bitcoin or Ethereum. And it's pretty exciting right now, as I've shown you in the pricing charts. I don't know. I could go on. If you guys got any other questions, let me know. I can unmute people. If you guys want to jump in via voice, I can gladly do that. Just let me know in the chat, and I'll gladly answer any other questions. But right now, I'm not sure how long this will last. I personally think it should last a few months. As Ethereum comes in, I can show you one of my favorite charts for people that really don't understand crypto. If I pull up one of the charts here, one of the major markets, and do a comparison here, what this will do is this will show you a number of assets. Hopefully it'll also show up. Okay. So hopefully you'll see, no. Oh, here we go, yeah. So right here, what you're looking at is crypto since the beginning of the year, okay? What you can see here is in yellow, right here in yellow, that's Ethereum. So you're gonna get a return like 200+%. Bitcoin, 112% since the year. All of these other ones are like gold, the markets, a Forex trade, okay? Like just buy and hold, you would have done well in crypto alone. Okay, just between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, and as I said, with the smaller coins at certain points, let's say here in the cyan, you can see this one's Monero or XMR. That's outperforming Bitcoin. So there's always opportunities that come along where other coins will outperform either Ethereum and Bitcoin. But generally, just since the beginning of the year, you just if you were January 1st, you would be up 228% just buy and hold on Ethereum. But let alone, as I said, if you did it on November 11th, $16,000 bought a Bitcoin, you would have made $3,000. But imagine if you were to automate this trading with Ethereum versus buy and hold. Buy and hold gives you 226%. If you automated that, you probably could have gotten 5 times 10 better than 226%. So that's one of the keys there that hopefully that will bring everything into perspective. Anybody else got any questions or comments at all? If not, I'll just end it. I am recording this, so this will go up on my YouTube channel. Like I said, I will do more webinars later in the week talking about the performance of Bitcoin, Ethereum. Right now, also, I'm working on an interactive brokers bot as well because I'm noticing, well, crypto's not going to last forever. Let's start looking at some mainstream opportunities because with Motivewave, you've seen my videos where I look at the CFDs and Forex. There's not a lot of opportunity out there in the world of Forex or mainstream markets. There's just nothing out there. The only thing that's yielding any kind of return, if anything at all right now, would be currencies. And if you get lucky with maybe an index in, let's say, Sweden or something else, yeah, you may yield a little bit, but right now the only game in town that makes money is crypto, and it's going to be like that probably for the next few months because there's a lot of certain uncertainties out there in the U.S. The virus, the vaccine, is it yes or no that they're going to actually do this thing, and it's just it's as I said, suppressing the markets. The U.S. markets, they're very mixed right now, not even getting 1% a day. And, I've got this thing doing 10, 20, 30% return in a day because of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's being invested in. And as you can see here in yellow, that's now Ethereum starting to really take off because it's gone from, a couple $100 to now $600. So we'll leave it at that. Anybody else got any questions at all? If not, I'll get this up on YouTube. If you got any private questions, I did put in my. Hang on here. Did I answer any further questions?
Exit ADA USDT.
Sorry, I missed a couple of questions here. Is trading Bitcoin on MT4 safe? I would say no. Anything on MT4 is not safe because you need to question the broker. A lot of Forex retail brokers, they're notoriously well known for cheating. Okay, I don't think they're safe. If you are going to trade retail Forex, LMAX is good. Interactive Brokers is good, but you need a $20,000 account, I think, for Interactive Brokers. So those are the two ones I go with for retail Forex. Everything else is a sham. After building bot with Motivewave, can you integrate the exchange API directly or through Motivewave? Motivewave only gives you access to 30 connections. So let me just pull up the connections tab here for Motivewave. So you can easily go to other asset classes. So you could go into futures. You could go from, let's say, AMP Global Trading for futures. It does support interactive brokers, so I can easily get you into options. You can also get into retail Forex as well. Crypto's also part of this, but when you say, can you move into, like, I'm going to assume like institutional exchanges like CME or NYSE or a major exchange where you're got to pay to play. No, because Motivewave is a retail trading platform. It's built for retail traders. It's not built for institutional traders. If you want to move into that kind of realm, you would be looking at an institutional level trading platform. One I can suggest is Deltix. And as I said, that's $9,000 a month to get into the CMEs and the other major exchanges directly on those exchanges. But obviously, you can go into the exchanges through the futures brokers like AMP and Canon or whoever else you want to use. So you can get access to them through those introducing brokers. But if you're trying to get directly onto the exchanges, no, you can't do that with Motivewave because, as I said, it's not built for that. It's built for retail traders. But again, once you get into the detail, into the direct exchanges, you better have probably $250,000 account to make it worthwhile with the extra costs that go with it, because it's a serious pay to play. To host it, you're probably looking anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. The software, if you're going to use Deltix, you're probably going to be looking at another $9,000. So you're already in $10,000, $20,000 per month to do what I think you're trying to do. So Motiwave's not built for that. And most people, I mean, if you're a 7-digit trader and you have the account size, yeah, by all means go into it. But you better have a really good strategy to make that kind of profit to make it worthwhile. After building a bot with Motivewave, can you integrate with the exchange API directly or only move through Motivewave? I think I've already answered that. Yeah, so as I said, it's really built for retail trading. But I do think if you're planning to go into, I met only one person that did that, but they started with 10 million pounds. So, and that's out of thousands of people that I've talked to, or the people I talk to work at the HFT shops that are probably $1 billion plus shop. You know what I mean? That can afford to easily go into these exchanges. Anybody else got any questions? I think I heard somebody there. Alex, I don't know if this might be you. By all means, I'm here, man. If you want to ask some more questions, by all means, don't be shy. There's usually not a wrong or right answer when it comes to this sort of stuff. Anything? Anybody? Like I said, I got a 10 o'clock skedaddle for a call for somebody. Like I was just about to say, if you want to fill out that little questionnaire, just get in touch with me and then we can talk. Can you share the chart from Yahoo Finance, the link? Oh, let me go back to that. No, that's an easy build. All you really got to do is in here, when you come into your chart, as I walked you through, let's say mini Dow mini, all you got to do is do a comparison. Okay, and then you put in your symbol, and you can put up to I don't know how many charts you want to do that. So in here, I've got the gold, BTC USD, USO, Ethereum USD, XMR USD, as well as I believe GSPC,
Entry.
which is YMF. That's the futures for YM as well. So, you could do that quite easily on your own through the charts. So there's no real link. Just go to a custom chart, go under the chart option here, add in comparison, start adding your symbols, and you'll see them for yourself. But these are the symbol names for Bitcoin, USD, Ethereum, USD, if you want to do XMR, and all the other major ones, gold, USO, and the YM as well on the futures. Any other questions at all? Anybody? If you want to get on into the audio, you can unmute yourself. I'll gladly take some more questions. Anybody? No?
Entry.
Okay, so I'll do a going once, twice, and then 3 times. If not, we will. What is the reasonable amount of time to start investing with Motivewave? Again, that's your goals. You could do it
Entry.
really quickly in a day, but to learn Motivewave is very. It's depending upon the edition you want. It can take a while. It's a beast. And
Entry.
if you know how to start, where to start, get yourself on a roadmap. You could do it in just a few days. But again, I don't know your goals. I don't know what your capabilities in terms of learning, your technical. That's a hard one. But you could do it in a few days. I mean, I'm not saying Motivewave is a simple platform. It can be, but it can also. It's like checkers, or sorry, chess. Easy to understand, but hard to master. Right?
Entry.
There's just so much to it. Um, Anybody else got any questions at all? I'm just keeping my eye out in the chat, or if you got a want to jump in the audio, that's cool too. Anybody?
Entry.
Do you think Motivewave is better than TradingView? Absolutely. The limitation with TradingView, it's free, or you have the custom trading uh, with custom trading with the Pine script. I know some people that kind of use it, but it's more of a toy. It's like comparing a Volkswagen against a Cadillac, where Motivewave would be like the Cadillac. It just has more features. You own the software. You get support when there's a problem. You have the forum, a community you can go to. It's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. Anybody else got any questions? Comments? I take comments too. If there's hate, bring it. No problem. I can try to address whatever you may be concerned with or a comment. Also, just so you know, I do have a WhatsApp group. If you want to get access to that, you can just go anywhere to my site, Quant Labs. Let's say blog. I'll put that in the chat, and at the bottom left, you'll see a little floating thing as it loads up. So let's say you just go to any blog post here. And then what you'll see here is a little floating thing at the bottom left, and I'll say join my group. And there's also this little button on the side, join my WhatsApp group. So it's here or here that will get into the WhatsApp group as well. I think we got about 120, 130 people in that. And I take questions there as well. So if you want to be part of that, that's cool. That's 24/7. Anybody else? And also one other thing is I do have a private chat server as well. The reason I have that's a custom built trading, a custom trading room, custom trading chat, and that enables people to talk anonymously, and there's no tracking. So I've talked to many people on very sensitive topics without having them or me worry about what's being talked about, because there's no logging at all on it. And that's one of the benefits of that. That can involve, I've had political talk discussions with people on it, tax, all kinds of stuff. So there's that as well. Because everything we now have is tracked and logged. I don't care what you say. I post on my Facebook where the new MacBook, everything's logged. Everything's tracked on the new MacBook. Same with the iPhones and the iPads. Everything's tracked. I see no difference with Google and Android. So there's no escape. And you know about social media as well with Facebook and whatever else. They'll tell you it's all encrypted. Don't believe them. So you have a resource that's available out there to talk privately as well. Anybody else? Questions, comments? That's what we're here for. That's what tonight's for. I'll do another one next week. It'll be similar to this. Probably the same. I don't know. But right now, as it's shown with the equity curve, it's done nice, real nice. And I have absolute control on what I can turn on and off to retain profit. To minimize losses is probably a better way to put it. Anyone else got any questions, comments? I've given you my email. I've given you where to go for the questionnaire. I've given you the WhatsApp group. I don't know what more I can do. Anybody? If not, I'll do it going once, twice, and we'll give it a wrap for tonight. Anybody? So
exit ATOMUSDT. Exit ATOMUSDT. Exit ATOMUSDT.
It's really busy tonight with the crypto. No problem, Nicholas. If anybody else will do it, go once, twice, three times. Going once, going twice, going three times. I think we're done. Yeah, thanks for coming out. I appreciate you, Per, for being dedicated to being part of this and all that. And wherever I can help you, I will do my best. Join the WhatsApp groups, probably the easiest if you want, or just email me or do the questionnaire, da da da. It's all up to you, but I will be, as I said, December 1st, everything changes from my end.
Exit
Oh, cool.
LINKUSDT.
Pear's already in the group. As I said, if you got any questions, just let me know. No problem on the answers.
Exit
Ray,
QTUMUSDT.
we'll leave it at that. Thanks again for coming on out. I appreciate it. And I guess we shall leave it at that. Thanks again for coming on out. We shall talk to you later. Have a good night.
Exit XDCUSDT.